What's the link so people can watch? Are you about to tweet that?
And we're live.
Oh, my bad. Hi.
Hey.
Happy Friday.
What up? What up?
And welcome to The Real Drunk. Let's get started with introductions. Go, Ange.
Hey, I'm Ange. I'm drinking Jack Honey.
Denise.
Hey, I'm Denise. I'm drinking a hot toddy because I have the flu.
Oh. Tone.
Hey, I'm Tone, at ARain1019 on Twitter, and I just finished the bottle of American Honey, and I'm about to move on to a selection back there. So I'll just pick a drink throughout the show and finish it.
And I am Kia. I am drinking on cranberry and vodka, only I don't like cranberry juice, so I added margarita mix to it, and it is delicious.
In your fancy glass. All right.
Right.
Okay, here's the story behind the glass, real quick. I only have like 4 clear glasses, and they're all dirty. So, hence my wine glass.
Oh, I was supposed to put my hot toddy in a clear glass. Nobody told me that part.
Okay, let's get started. Pastor Creflo Dollar.
As Angie calls him, ASAP Dollars. ASAP Creflo, was that it?
ASAP Creflo. Give us a summary, Angie.
You caught me right mid-drink. So, Creflo needs $65 million
Hold on, wait.
to buy a G5 jet so that he could do the Lord's work. That's basically what I gleaned from the story.
60.
So he's asking,
Hi, Rose.
bro.
Rose is coming.
All right. So Creflo.
Oh, I am so sorry. I'm late. I flew home from work, but still, you know, everything that could go wrong went wrong today. So.
We understand. Do you have your drink yet?
Yes, I do. I have my drink, and it goes with the theme today.
Boom.
Do my intro?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, hi. My name is Rose. I'm at Axel Rose on Twitter. And my drink tonight is thought juice.
Because your mother's a thought.
Yes.
Oh, man. Okay, wait. So can we go back to Creflo?
Yes.
Yes.
Angie, you said he needs 65 mil? Like he
Yeah, that's it.
he needs,
No, he
Just
needs to get the one.
G6.
he said needs, like NEEDS, needs.
Yeah, so see, this is the thing. The jet that he has already,
Oh.
apparently it's in ill repair. It needs work. One of the engines went out or something on this way back from.
He was in the middle of the ocean, and one of the engines went out. That's
The Malaysian jet. Oh no, too soon. Too soon. Too soon.
He had 4 million miles on the jet. It was built in 1981.
Am I the only one who's wondering why he's too good to fly commercial?
Jesus be offense right now.
He can't do commercial. Delta don't go to churches around them.
This is a good question, because and I thought most
Southwest Airlines ain't taking him to Salem Baptist and all of that. What? You don't be too good for American Airlines.
most of the people I thought flew private, they rented private jets, not owned a private jet. What is the upkeep on a private jet? That would be my question. You're paying $65 million just to own it. What are your fuel costs per year? How many people are you thinking that this isn't that you're getting a return on your investment?
Well, you know, he asked them for half of his fuel cost as well, right? He asked the churches he goes to.
I'm not even going to shade him.
Pay for half of his fuel, so he needs the congregation to pay for the other half. You didn't get that part of the story?
I see.
But, I mean, full disclosure, I go to a very big church here in New York, and my pastor flies all over the world to preach, and he gets on commercial. I mean, it might be a first class flight, but he goes commercial.
Who's your pastor?
Pastor A.R. Bernard. A.R. Bernard of Christian.
Oh, okay.
But this also brings me back to a very well-known pastor in New Orleans when Katrina happened, and he put his family on his little private jet and left, and all his parishioners are back in New Orleans struggling. Like, this is really bad to me as a Christian. Like, I feel like you're really making us look so terrible, and I'm not against like us being prosperous or us handling business in churches, but to ask he pastors in a very low income neighborhood, to ask them for a jet, you can't get on first class and transfer.
And I didn't even read the whole link. I just saw Creflo Dollar wants X amount, like 64 people. I forgot how many people to give $300, and I laughed and closed and pressed X out of that because I knew, like, too rich for my blood. I don't know who.
Right. So, like, with my $300 donation, do I get to fly on the
I was asking
exactly. That was going to be my next question.
Can I go?
I don't.
Hey,
Okay.
Because this is my issue. This is my issue. I already have an issue with mega church pastors. I'll just go ahead and say that right now. I think that my issue with them is not because they have big churches. It's because they all act like reality show stars. Like they've never had anything before in their lives. Like, you do not have to live your life like it's a Tyler Perry movie. Like, your entire life does not have to be a scene like the Medea wedding scene of that Tyler Perry movie. Like, act like you've been somewhere before. You know that your congregation is in a low-income area. Like, why would you even fix your mouth to do this? You're a non-for-profit organization. Your church is non-for-profit already. Get sponsors to sponsor your jet or whatever it is.
Or use your own salary. You get paid.
Right. Go ahead.
No, you're right. You get paid. Use your own salary.
Exactly. And stop.
But a lot of what I will say, like, there's one because a lot of the more, I guess, affluent pastors, a lot of them like do their Sunday service for free because a lot of them have I don't want to call it side hustles, but like a lot of them do something else, like write books or sing, whatever the case may be. So
Creflo does not
use your money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I'm 100% like, I'm not against mega church pastors because a lot of them donate their time. I'm against Creflo, like, and people like him.
Mm-hmm.
But awesome is it that his name is Dollar, though? That's what
No, I swear, I wanted to ask, like, was he the inspiration behind Dollar Bill's character in the Players Club? I'm serious. Like, no, don't laugh. Like, no.
That brings up a great
You can't say that and then tell us
Yes.
I'm serious.
I want to say that Dollar is his given last name, and I will just end the conversation by saying Creflo Dollar has a really great sermon series on love and the importance of love in Christianity.
I don't know that I'm here for listening to him right now.
When he drugged his daughter a couple years or
I know. He just sucker punched his daughter through a sliding glass door.
Wait.
Is that the same one?
Sucker punched his daughter.
He sucker punched.
When you have teenagers and you can raise them without choking them, I am all for it.
Kia.
Ask Cameron about that. Ask Cameron.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Moving on.
Well, speaking of sucker punch, I'm guessing I know where we're going right now.
What's her name?
Angie Stone.
Listen, I'm not even going to judge her.
Yeah, we can't.
I know that's why you got to tell everybody what she did, because some people don't know.
Listen, her daughter is. Oh, go ahead. Who's going to tell them?
Go ahead, Tom. You already fired up.
All I'll say is that her daughter is like 30-something years old and still lives with her. She said that she got tired of her. She was tired of her being at the house, and an argument started, and Angie got combative as hell.
Is that what you're calling it? Combative as hell?
Yes, that's what we'll call it, combative and aggressive.
She knocked her teeth out.
I mean, her sunshine was gone, so she just wanted to give her a shiner.
That you call that combative? That's right.
And so, so Angie ended up knocking the teeth out. She got arrested, and her daughter is on the news telling them about what happened. But I kind of believe that the daughter has been leaning on Angie for a while. She's 30-something years old. By any chance, is this D'Angelo's daughter, by the way? Is this the child that she has?
I don't think so. I think she has a son with D'Angelo who's like 13, I believe.
Okay.
But how's she tired of her daughter leaning on her when her boyfriend the same age as her daughter and he leaning on her too? Like, I don't.
The boyfriend the boyfriend's providing penis. The daughter's not providing anything.
Wait, so penis makes it better?
I mean, what is the boyfriend providing? He cursed her out at the at the reunion show for the last, what was that show they won? R&B Divas?
People get brand new when you provide good penis. Rules change.
So you can't get your teeth knocked out if you're giving good dick. I mean, penis. Sorry.
Now, can we talk about the state of her teeth prior to them being knocked out? Because my coworker said a good piece of gum would have knocked those teeth out.
Oh.
They were a tad mangled.
Yeah. And
but listen,
no. Like, yeah, I may have hit her, but her teeth were already messed up. So really, her face by just clearing them all out.
No, that's messed up. Okay, but I've been a teenager before, and I know that there were times when my mother wanted to knock my teeth out. Like, there was a time, like, once she punched me on my forehead. So, like it's not a teenager. Like, if she would have aimed a little bit lower, that could have been my teeth. So, like, I kind of get it.
But she didn't punch her though. She took a stand and whopped her.
A middle stand and whopped her.
Her daughter's not a teenager. Her daughter's a woman.
Yeah, with kids. So that's.
I mean,
Angie got tired. Angie got sick and tired.
Of being sick and tired.
Right. And she said, "You got to get the fuck out." And
So, what do y'all think their living situation is? Because after you knock my teeth out, I gotta
still there.
Where's she gonna go?
I don't know. I would have did something real petty, like got a restraining order. And you know how when you got two people who live in the same house and you got a restraining order on one, the one who got the restraining order against them, they gotta find a hotel. So I'd have put her out of our house. I'd have been real petty. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Angie seemed a little crazy though. I feel like Angie burned the house down. Like, if I can't be here, nobody could be here.
Before I get out the house, I'm gonna burn the house down.
Yeah.
I feel like I would do something like that. Like, oh, you think you're petty? You're not pettier than me. You can't out petty me. There is no house for us to live in now. How about that? Take you and your plum snatchers to the shelter. How about that?
Speaking of petty.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Suge Knight.
Bye. All right. It's been fun. Bye.
I don't know if you can call it petty or if it's just delusional. All of a sudden, he's not guilty of murder by
He's legally blind. Mama, I love you.
I quit. They just never gonna get him off the streets. What is going on? Get him off our streets.
I don't think this is gonna work. I really don't think
it's gonna work. All he gotta do is get on the witness stand. When they ask him if he can see, all he gotta do is say, "Barely." He's good.
But here's the thing.
No. Okay.
At first, he claimed he saw the people with a gun. So how did you see the man
out
with
his
a gun?
One good eye, Kia. Out of his one, he got one good eye. He's only legally blind in one eye. Come on.
That left eye.
Childish for this. No one has time for this at all.
Right. He's going down.
This is childish.
He is. He's definitely going to jail, finally. And Tupac and Biggie's bodies are finally going to get some retribution. And some other
legally blind drive. Legally blind people can drive?
No. Hello. His Donna Godot.
Well, I don't know, because she was driving a getaway car. She said she barely
blind.
We'll tell that to the 15 years she's doing. Okay.
I'm gonna text POP and tell him to let her know that it
Oh goodness. What's up next, Ed? Oh, I always catch her in the middle of a drink.
Always.
That's
Oh,
what
Nick
Angie's
Gordon.
here to do. Is pull up and drink.
Nick Gordon. Did you want to hit Nick Gordon?
Oh boy.
No, let's not.
Jesus.
Let's pretend we
Gordon was
No,
on Dr. Phil. Who saw
that was
Gordon on
fucking
Dr. Phil?
scary.
I did, Your Honor.
Give
That
us
was
a
scary.
synopsis of what occurred on Dr. Phil. My DVR broke.
So yeah, I think I don't think Dr. Phil's intentions were to bring him on and ask him to recount the moments leading up to and the moments after Bobby Christina was found in the tub. But when he got on there, he was doing like the Olivia Pope cry, like the lip quiver but no tears. And he was saying that he tried everything he could, and it was because of him that she was alive. But if she dies, he's gonna kill himself. And his mom was sitting next to him, and she was saying, you know, my son did everything that he could, but he's been on pills and antidepressants and liquor ever since it's happened. So Dr. Phil asked him, you know, are you trying to kill yourself? And he said yes. I don't know. It was all
having a mental breakdown on live television. Like,
yeah, it was.
sad.
He seemed like he was a bit crazy, but I'm just naturally
Definitely.
cynical, so it was a little like I said, Olivia Popish, like you crying but I don't see any tears.
Right.
It's just like, okay.
Definitely.
The biggest thing before I shut up about this is that a lawyer came on and commented on the news after that show aired and was like, that was the dumbest thing he could have done because there's a criminal investigation going on about what happened to Bobby Christina. So every single thing he said on there can be used against him in court.
Right.
Should he be taken in as a part of the investigation?
Right.
It was all. I mean, you sleeping with your cousin brother. You be crying. It's just. It's a
And
lot.
where did the mom come from? I thought that Whitney adopted him, or she was allegedly adopted, so he had this mom. Dude seemed like a sociopath, first of all. Like, he wasn't right the entire time, and like you said, it was like an act. It was like he kept going through all these emotions, like his emotions switched every couple of minutes. It was like he was sad, then he was serious.
That's what I'm saying. He was having a mental breakdown, like he was breaking up with himself. Like,
right. And then he kept crying, and there were no tears whatsoever. It was just really, really bizarre. I think that Uncle Phil, Dr. Phil, was like, what the hell am I doing right now? Because it was just kind of crazy.
That's
I like how in the elevator Nick was crying like, man, Dr. Phil, please don't show this. Don't show this. Don't show me crying and being weak.
Right.
Dr. Phil went on and aired it. Like,
no, television is really scummy because the week that they announced that Bobby Christina was in a coma or whatever, the doctors shot. A little birdie told me that the doctor shot 2 shows, and so they sent them out to be aired. And one of them is if she lives, and one of them is if she...
Shut up and sit down somewhere.
oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
Well,
So television is very scummy.
in the defense of media, that's kind of what happens. You know, they have obituaries written in advance. When Britney Spears had her mental breakdown, there was someone who had whose job it was to write her obituary and have it ready. So when they announced that she had died, it's already there and ready to go. Press send.
What's the rush to tell somebody?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you rushing for? Like, what?
If I'm not alive right now, I'm not going to be alive a half an hour from now. What's the rush?
Like, why? I don't get it.
But no, that is a media standard. They usually, like E! Entertainment and all of those places, they usually have your
But, like,
obituaries
I can
ready.
understand having, like, okay, Cicely Tyson's or, like, Morgan Freeman's, you know? No, stop.
The keepers? That's what you're going to do?
No, but not like lives that could be lost to tragedy. Like certain people, like, okay, you getting up there in age, you know, like, you know, it's gonna be time soon and sooner or later, you know, like, you know. But come on, Bobby Christina, like a 19-year-old, what? How old is she? 20? She's young, and it could be, you know, it would be sad if she was lost that way, you know.
It would.
Definitely.
Most definitely.
All right, so moving on. Mama Tina.
Oh, my spirit animal. I love her. Oh,
Miss Tina gave some paparazzi the business. I have the video.
she doesn't have the time. I love her.
Her body is, listen, she is on it.
Matthew must be mad as hell right now. He is just angry.
Ma'am, I'm just out here taking pictures. Okay, well, can you not take a picture of the child? Well, I mean, you're famous.
Okay, but you can't. But how would you like for somebody to take a picture of your baby? Would you?
If
like
I was a famous
no, you wouldn't care.
multi-millionaire.
That's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
Have a little class.
Okay.
Baby.
So that was
Now, first off, let me
the
tell you.
old school read. Like, have some class about yourself, young man. Like, what are you doing? That's an old school read.
Beyonce and them shouldn't have left New York, so that's what they get. I hope she's watching this. So you shouldn't have left us. We didn't have these problems over here on this side.
Yeah. But you know what? I thought about that too, because you don't, in New York, you don't.
People don't care about celebrities.
Celebrities getting harassed like that. Like, I don't remember ever hearing a story about, them getting pissed.
The rent is too high. We don't have time to stand around taking pictures. The rent is too high. Exactly.
That doesn't happen in Atlanta either. Our
celebrities in Atlanta are trash, so nobody cares.
No, stop it. Jocelyn, the Puerto Rican princess, is still in Atlanta.
Are you talking about Jocelyn Hernandez?
Yes.
Nobody cares
The
about
one and only.
Also, in New York, we don't care about anybody. Like, we walk and move so fast. Like,
I bumped into Mos Def, didn't know it was him till 2 blocks later. That was Mos Def. I mean mugged him like, damn, like this, like you just not gonna move, cause it's just, we're just very, like, we have blinders on over here. We don't sightsee. I don't know.
I think also, just period, no matter where you are, the idea that paparazzi is entitled to take pictures of a child. Like, he said, you're famous and you're a multimillionaire. Blue Ivy is a baby. Arian?
True. Tone, it looks like you had something you want to say.
Oh, about this? Not really. I mean,
He's like, whatever, I don't care.
No, he knows the Beehive is watching. He has something. Look at him. He has something in his spirit, but he's about
his echelon, though, as Whitney was saying.
I'm good.
I will say this. When I was in high school back in 1999, 2000, Destiny's Child and Mama Tina came to our school. Mama Tina has tightened everything up.
Yes.
Since those days. She looks better today than she did in 2000, 15 years ago.
Her body is sickening.
Her face is tightened up, too.
Well,
You see, we getting on that side. Like, we're getting dangerous.
No problem. No honey.
Exactly. I will call him. Hey.
I don't have
card carrying member of the Beehive. I will. Don't do it.
All right. So, let's move on. Little drunk advice.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. Dear drunks.
Is that what we're called now, officially? Dear drunks?
Yeah, dear drunks. So whenever you write in, start it that way. Dear drunks.
Because by now we should be real good and drunk, right?
Right. I've been with my girlfriend for 1.5 years. We're in love, but I think she's cheating on me. All of a sudden, there's all these secretive conversations. Hours go by before she answers my text, and it just feels weird. Do you think she's cheating? What should I do?
Well, sir. Tom.
I'll go last.
Okay. Well, sir, I think you should ask her.
Okay.
Maybe she's not cheating. Maybe she's busy. Maybe she just doesn't like you anymore.
Stop
I don't know.
Stop it.
Thoughts?
Busy?
I mean, school, work. She's tired. She might have sleep when the text message came through.
I'm one of those people that just go with your gut feeling. If you feel like somebody don't like you, they don't like you. Like you feel like somebody, you know, you feel like they cheated and you gonna wait to walk in on her fucking somebody else to like say, hey, she's cheating? Like, you know, like I don't what
Exactly.
Are we doing? What do we know? I'm just not, you know, you just gotta, you know.
Definitely. You have to go with your gut feeling. I think that just like women have intuition, I think, man, we know what's up. We definitely know what's up. And you know, people in general, you know what's up. Like you know when you have a connection with someone and you can feel when that connection is lost or when it's like it is redirected somewhere else. So I just say go with your gut. Even if she isn't cheating on you, evidently there's something that's going on that's like wrong. And so you need to confront that, and depending on what she says, you possibly need to just go ahead and move on.
Did they say how long they were dating?
A year and a half.
Yeah, year and a half.
I
think it's funny that they put like we're in love, but I think she's cheating.
No, homie, you're in love. You're in love.
Yeah, like you might be in love by yourself.
Hello.
Are y'all saying you can't cheat and be in love?
Oh shit!
Here we go.
Here we go.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Mm-mm.
Can you cheat and
Let me back.
Nope.
I'm a backpedal.
I want Tone to answer that first.
Yes, you can definitely cheat and still be in love.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Say that, Tony. Educate us.
Sex can be very functional. Sex can be, especially for men, sex can be definitely just a deed. You don't have to have feelings to mess around. So you can definitely be in love with someone and still perform that functional deed and still be in love with that other person.
Can you have two relationships going on at the same time and be in love?
Yeah, you always love one more than the other, but there'll be some type of connection.
Are you being serious right now?
Absolutely, yeah. That's very true. I mean, wait. I couldn't. I'm not saying that I would have to.
Get on the guy's perspective. So you could love one person like 50% and the other one like what?
89%.
So you don't. I feel like if you were in love with me, it's not really possible for you to go out and fall in love with somebody else. So you're not in love with me.
No, I'm in love with you. I care about you.
You in love with one person and you love the other? I don't know about that in love at the same time.
Maybe not in love at the same time, but definitely love. Yeah, I'll agree with that. You probably love the other person. You probably heavily like the other person, but you can be in love with one person and still have feelings for another person. It's true. It's very, very, very possible.
Your life doing that.
Huh?
Can you keep your life doing that?
Absolutely not. That's why I won't do it.
The piece is gone straight snapped on us.
Only one. There's only one for me.
I just feel like, yeah, when you get into those murky waters, like when he first introduced as far as being in love, but you still tap in on the side, that's one thing. But saying you in love and you got a whole nother situation on the side, every time you see snap, that's how it starts out.
Yeah, very true. I'm just saying that it's possible. I'm not saying that you should do it. I'm not definitely not recommending it or anything of that nature, but I'm just saying that it is possible.
So Miss Shanti Baby says a lot of men believe this, and I'm trying to understand.
And I think because as women, I can speak for myself. If I'm in love with you, I am so into you and into making sure that we are happy together that the thought of doing that with someone else never crosses my mind. And even to think about doing it, that just sounds exhausting, being in love with two people.
Yeah, it is exhausting. That's why it's not recommended at all.
No, I feel like that's a very self-serving, like, oh, I need this person and I need what she has, and I have, like, you're like, it's like a buffet and you're just trying to put together whatever you need. And I feel like you can't, you're one of the, I feel like people that cheat are, only about self. I don't think it's possible to be all, because just the way that I think of love and my definition of love, it doesn't allow for you to be with this one, this one, and this one, and this one, and then, all about, like, how can you be all about me and then
I think it definitely speaks to that person. It definitely shows that person. I think that anyone that does that also maybe has like a void that they're trying to fill as well.
And
And
is
one
there
person
anybody that has a healthy relationship where one of the people or one of the person, what is the word? Yeah, well, one person is cheating and one of them is monogamous. Like, is there any happy or healthy relationship that we can think of that's the dynamic?
I don't know.
I'm not allowed to say.
Uh-oh.
How many people would actually express that? Like, I'm in a relationship and I'm monogamous and I let my partner rock out so that they can be fulfilled and we're happy. Like, how many people would really admit that?
If you're in an open relationship, tweet us.
But it's not. Oh, yeah, let me know. I'm trying to figure.
Because we would like to know how that works.
Please tweet us. I'll say I know some people who are kind of in an arrangement situation, and one is totally okay that the other person steps out. They know about it, and it is what it is. It's very interesting, huh?
Is the one who steps out the man?
Yes.
But it's like, my thing is, it's most of the time when people are upset about the cheating is because you're stealing time from your family or from us to go be with somebody else. You get what I'm saying? You're either stealing time or stealing resources to go trick off on her. So I don't know of anyone, like, I'm sure there are open relationships, but I've never heard of one where somebody is doing them and then still able to keep this person completely happy.
Yeah.
So, is it better when, I'm trying to think, should I say this? Is it better when you as a couple are bringing someone else into your bed? So now it's not necessarily
I guess like it all depends on the people and the situation.
Her face is like,
I mean, it's not my thing. I just don't like to share. I'm not that type of person. But
I'm kind of.
I mean, if that's your thing, good. Like, go ahead. Like, whatever makes it work. Like,
I'm kind of lazy. Like,
watching Will do.
It takes a lot of effort. No, I'm just saying, I'm like lazy. That takes a lot of freaking effort.
What about if you're like Chris Brown and you have the resources, you have the time to juggle some shit?
No, he doesn't, because somebody gets neglected either way. Like, someone you can't. There's but so many hours in the day. There's but so much
time and feelings. Some women don't care about that though. Some women are like, as long as
you say that,
care of. You could do what you do, but I'm not lacking for anything. So if you need to go do whatever you do, fine.
Okay, but is he still with both Karrueche and Rihanna, or is Rihanna off doing her own thing? Like, for Karrueche, sure, like, that works for her. Like, what Karrueche? Because sometimes people be like, when I say her real name, people be like, who are you talking about? But then when I say Kimo Sabi, they be like, oh, okay, so like. Okay, so like for Karrueche, like, maybe that's enough for her. Like, maybe just, whatever little spare time that she can get from him is good, but clearly it wasn't enough to keep both women in the situation.
I'm with you, Tom, though. Threesomes sound exhausting. People talk about them like they're all exciting and fun.
They're not.
It's like way too much work for me.
Yeah.
Ange, are they fun?
I don't know.
No, I'm asking Angela. Angela, I'd like to know if she knows if they're fun.
You'd like to know what?
If you know how fun threesomes are. Look at Tom.
I'm here and I'm waiting.
Angela,
So,
hello.
I got a correction. It's Miss Shantae, baby.
Okay.
That's her name.
And what she say?
And she says her next relationship is going to be open. So
Oh, Shantae.
we just fixed somebody's life.
Oh. But wait, Angela, still, I want to know.
We ruined it. What did we do?
Mr. Republican has a question.
Okay.
Do both men and women have intuition, or is it just a female thing?
No, I think it's a
Nah,
female thing.
both. Definitely both. We know.
It's an instinct. It's like I hate when people reduce it to women's intuition and try to like dismiss it as like we're just crazy. No, people overall can read other people. It's a survival tactic. It's something that we all have. Like she cheating on you. Stop playing. Like why are you even sending us this email? Do what you have to do.
Like just in my experience, like if you have to ask, then you probably already know. You at least know that something is off. You know what I mean? Like it might not be cheating, but you know that there's something that's just off in your relationship.
And why write into us before you ask her?
Because we have all the answers.
Advice.
Okay, wait.
Got the answers. Sway.
Ultimate advice. Tonight, you take her to bed, you take it down, and in the middle of her coming, you ask her, is she cheating?
No, don't do that. That's terrible. That is
That's the advice ever. What are you
talking about? An emotional roller coaster. What? I would be like you just
so high off of all the
Time out. Everyone take a shot. We know that we are not drunk enough tonight. So,
wait, hold up. Wait.
Hold on.
K-Rob16, K_Rob16 said we are not drunk enough tonight.
This is my
Here we go.
2. This is my 3rd. I'm definitely.
Listen, I'll finish this. I'm buzzed.
Woo!
And I have to go out later tonight. I have to drive. I can't drink anymore. To Hookah Crew.
I was joking. You didn't have to answer that.
Oh, my bad.
I wasn't. I was being nosy. I wanted to know.
No, I was just okay.
Miss Shantae Baby says open relationships need a lot of transparency. When one needs space or gets bored easily, it can work.
I mean, I believe that it could work. It just sounds like a lot of freaking work, and I just can't do it.
No. I feel like not many people actually want like open relationships. They want to be like trifling. Like they don't part of the joy is in them being deceitful and like knowing that they got one over on you. I don't feel like there's how many men do you know that would be like, oh yeah, sure, my girl can have sex with other men. Like it's because I understand that she like not many men are mature enough to handle that.
Hey Angela, what are you saying?
Yeah, I don't mind if my end is open, but like your end can't be open.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
That's some trifling mess.
Exactly.
I'm just being honest.
All right. In human sexuality, slut-shaming is the act of making or attempting to make a person, especially a woman or a girl, feel guilty or inferior for certain sexual behavior, circumstances, or desires that deviate from traditional or orthodox gender expectations, or that which may be considered to be contrary to natural or religious law. This is according to my favorite source, Wikipedia.
Very reliable.
Well, you know, Ferguson was out there tampering. Oh no, NYPD was out there tampering with Wikipedia, so it might really be.
The Beehive, everybody tamper with Wikipedia.
But okay.
Rose took on slut shamers the beginning of this week. What was it, Saturday or Sunday? And she posted one of her wonderful pictures, which I'm trying to pull up, but my computer has frozen. Do you have it up, Andrew?
What's that?
Amber Rose pic? Oh, here it is.
So while you were doing that, K_Rob16 said, I've made this episode a game and took a shot every time the word relationship was said. So Kyle, go ahead and take another shot.
Relationship.
Woo!
Relationships are good.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
So here's Amber Rose.
Okay.
And her comment was, "You guys love slut shaming, huh? Good. I feed off that shit. How to be a bad bitch." What
Oh boy, here we go with this bad bitch shit again.
What do you guys think about this picture?
I love it.
I love this
I wish I
personally.
looked like
It's a
that. If
very
I
dope
looked like
picture.
that, I'd be in the pictures too. What?
Right.
It looks hot. I don't understand how that makes sense.
I don't know why anyone's angry. I can't. Like, I'm not angry.
So they were saying she's a slut because she used to be a stripper at 15.
Hey, lots of people used to, lots of people used to be sluts. I'm not gonna, can
My
we?
question is, does Amber Rose sell sex or does she sell beauty?
Both.
Yeah, she's.
Definitely sex. Definitely.
But both, because she's she's not
She's
crazy.
beautiful. She's
Well, what's the
beautiful, but people want to have sex with her. I think that some women want to kind of emulate her to, kind of spice up and, be known as sexy in some form of fashion. So yeah, it is kind of sex in the sex range.
Mm.
I don't think she's. I think because she has a certain body type, she's selling. The idea is that she's selling sex. I think most. I don't know what the term, urban models or video vixens, whenever you have like titties and ass and stuff like that, you're selling sex. Whereas when like someone who's like 5'11", 145 pounds, like they're selling beauty, like they're giving you face. So
Then the day after that happened, someone posted this beautiful picture of herself graduating.
Oh boy.
Graduating with a degree in finance from college, and her daughter was graduating from kindergarten. They have on matching outfits, and everything is so cute and perfect.
Mm.
Some lovely ashy guy from Twitter went through her Instagram and found this. And his question is, what do y'all think now?
Does that change the fact that she has a degree and she is raising her child? I don't get what one has to do with the other.
Right. Like, was her coochie out when she was in class? Like, what does that have to do with anything? I think dude was just being a mark-ass trick about the situation, and it was just stupid. And I think that, yeah, it was dumb.
Well,
What do guys get out of, and girls too, because let's be clear, it's not just guys who slut shame. There are lots of women who participate in these slut shaming conversations. What do you get out of belittling someone else based on their real or imagined sexual experiences or their beliefs? What do you get out of that?
I think.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think that, first of all, and not in their defense per se, but in just, it's something that's learned. I think it's something that's super societal, that, we are taught that. Do y'all hear that noise? What is that?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
no, it was like a.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was. But no, I think it's something that, like, people have always, like, oh, that girl, that's a fast girl. Or don't mess with that girl. And you don't want to be known as the girl that does whatever, And so there's just this, I can't even think of the word, but it's just something that we're taught and that we learn, that girls who are easy or girls that are slutty are dirty and they're at the bottom of the barrel and different things of that nature. So someone that is a stripper, you feel, some people feel like they can look down upon them because they're dirty or they're trash or, whatever. And it's like, it's something that a lot of people just need to unlearn, that is not acceptable. Those are people too. They have lives. Their whole lives are not the strip club. If they're not showing you coochie, you really shouldn't be bothered about it anyway. So just calm down. Just calm down.
I think that's some behavior that I had to unlearn as I got older and just live life.
Definitely.
I think it goes even further into women just not being allowed to own their sexuality. Not even if you're not a stripper. Like there are some people who will call you a slut if you talk about having sex, if you admit to having sex, if you say you like it. The simplest things. If you talk about having an orgasm, you're a slut. Especially on Twitter. I know y'all see that. Like any woman who expresses any type of joy in being pleased sexually can be potentially labeled a slut, especially in Ashy and Hotep Twitter.
I think my thing is I don't really like. I mean, I don't know. I can't say. I don't know whether or not it takes, because people are often like, oh, you're selling your soul, all of that. I don't know. But, like, my thing is, I wish there was more consistency because it's like everyone's like, oh, you guys look up to strippers. And I don't know any woman that looks up to strippers or aspires to be a stripper. But I know young boys and people who have said when they were growing up, the drug dealers had all the money. So it's like little boys, it's okay for them to aspire to be a drug dealer, like for that to be the definition of having made it. But for women to strip out of survival, like, or because they need to, make money, or because they have children, or because whatever situation that corners them into that. I hate that double standard exists because it's like, that's okay, but it's like a stripper, like she's just the worst person ever. She's this, she sold her soul, she did this, but like the drug dealers, we dap them up, like they're cool, they're okay.
I like that you made that correlation, and the first
I
thing
don't get it. I don't, and I wish there was more consistency. If we look down on children or like if we look down on men that when they were younger wanted to be drug dealers, like or hype that up, or people who have pictures of Tony Montana hanging up in there, like if we look down on that then I would be like, okay, I understand it. But like, no, it's just it makes no sense. It makes no sense to me because I don't know anyone who wanted to grow up to that, but they were placed in situations and they had to do that. There was no other choice. So right. I hate when we judge people who are backed into a corner as opposed to little boys who just didn't want their mother to buy them to pay less sneakers, so they turned to that because they wanted to get fly. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. And what came to mind is how we forgive Jay-Z for selling drugs, but what if Beyonce was a stripper?
Beyonce wouldn't be Beyonce.
I think it also, again, still goes back to, what if you were a stripper just because you wanted to be a stripper? Like, what if you were a stripper because you celebrate being naked, you celebrate your body, you look at working the pole or giving lap dances as an art form? What if you just did it because of that? Why, again, are women shamed for celebrating their bodies, celebrating being naked, celebrating sexuality? That's the problem.
If you've never been into a strip club, that is art.
It is. And that's what I'm saying. I support the naked hustle. Like, it's not easy. I don't think people try to make it think like, oh, anybody, like, I would like to think that I have a cute shape, but I don't think I could strip because I'm awkward and I'm not like whatever those, like, they made me blush. Like, and I'm very, like they just, that definitely is a talent and it's a skill. But it's like, I don't know anyone who was like, I have a beautiful body, so I'm going to strip. Everybody that I know eventually became okay with it and when they realized but I don't know anybody that went into that with other options.
But my point is, even if they had options, they didn't have options. Like, the why shouldn't matter. That's the whole point.
That's what I'm saying.
The shaming has nothing to do with the why. It's the fact that you're shaming a woman because she's expressing her sexuality. It reminds me even of the story about the lady on United Airlines who was breastfeeding. Like, we get shamed for something that's as simple as nature, taking your breast out to feed a baby. Like, anything that has to do with our bodies, we're shamed for. And there shouldn't be that type of sentiment when it comes to us in anything. Because a man could be like, yo, I've seen guys tweet the craziest things and get like a million laughs about sex. I put my dick on her forehead. Ha ha ha. Retweet a million times. Let a woman be like, I put my titty out and put it on his chin. It'll be like, y'all see this hoe? I'm lying. I'm not lying.
That's one of the reasons that the word hoe does not bother me, because I'm going to be a hoe whether I do it or not. So I might as well do what I want and enjoy life. When I heard them fighting on Real Housewives of Atlanta about who was the hoe and who wasn't, I was like, this is the
That's what I'm saying. Pot calling the kettles
I have ever heard. Why does it matter who is having sex? If I'm not sleeping with you, why do you care who I am sleeping
I
with?
say that all the time. Unless I'm trying to take it down or get you to take it down, I don't care who you sleeping with. It really doesn't matter to me.
But back to what Denise was saying, because does anybody know like the tweeter named Passport Cuddy?
Oh God.
I've seen her tweets.
Okay. But it's like, and one day she made a joke about like, she said something about like if a man, you know, pulls a condom out and like try, like if you guys are about to have sex, like a woman and a man, and a guy pulls the condom out, like he thinks you're dirty or whatever, and she like it was a joke, and it's like everybody her were in shambles for days. Now that's very irresponsible. I'm not saying I'm on her side. But somebody else made the exact same thing. Like it was a guy, and I can't remember who at this point in time. But it was a guy who made the exact same joke, and he got a million retweets. Oh, like if you even got to think, like if you in the moment and you think about a condom, you know she's a hoe or what. And everyone thought that was funny. It's like, yeah, because guys don't wear condoms, blah blah blah. Like, but it's like she gets flagged a lot of the times. I don't even think her tweets are that like she says the same thing that men say, and that's the reason why she gets flagged for it. I don't think people have a problem with the fact that some of the things that she says are problematic. They just hate that she's a woman saying the things that she says.
I personally think she's an imbecile. That's why I don't like her.
I don't have a problem with her. I went to one of the I'm gonna let y'all know. I went to one of the pool parties. I had fun. I don't have a problem with Passport Cuddy because she doesn't bother me.
But I don't know her personally, so I can't say I personally feel that. But from her online persona,
I get it, and that's what I'm saying.
But not because of her content. I mean, her delivery is terrible. She's very much. She gives me like 5411. Standing pigeon-toed on purpose.
Oh, stop.
No. Now listen. I love a good pair of 5411s. Every time they bring them out, I'm going to buy a pair. Do not do the Reebok, okay? That's what we won't do.
What
you say, Kia?
For people who live below the Mason-Dixon line.
Oh, she's just giving me very, like, you know what it is about her? I'm going to be 100% honest. She gives me caricature. Like, I don't think she's really like that. Because when I've heard her speak, for real, in real life, in person, I'm like, you really aren't this ignorant. So that makes me think you're an imbecile, that you act like this.
I don't think I think Twitter is, like, to me, because it's, like, where you can... Like, you know, like, it's different. I'm not going to say that, like, well, I mean, I have a very animated personality, I like to think.
Right.
Like, you can be who you are regardless. Like, anybody who knows me knows I'm like this on social media. I'm like this in person. Like, when I've heard her speak in person, she doesn't sound like such a bird. When I see her tweet, I'm like, what is wrong with you? It seems like she's acting, like she's saying what she's saying to get a rise out of people. She doesn't really think the stuff that she says.
I think I've had like maybe 1 or 2 conversations with her in person, so I can't say what she thinks or what she doesn't think, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like a lot of people, I think she definitely does, like, I think she's definitely I guess you would call her an antagonizer. Like, she definitely does add fuel to the flame. Like, when people are already looking for a reason to be mad, she gives them a reason to be mad. But I don't think, like, I think a lot of times what she says it's problematic, but it's like, because it's coming from a woman. Like, that type of honesty coming from a woman is what's the problem, and not the actual what she's saying. You get what I'm saying?
I get
I
what
get
you
what you're
saying.
saying, and I think that in a way,
He says a lot of stuff that's
He's
inflammatory.
no different than like a. I don't want to say she's no different than like an officially Ice, or she's no different than.
And he's an imbecile too. They both imbeciles.
But you know what?
I
I
think in a way,
Hey Rob, K_Rob16, he says fronting and character-driven acting is 94.5% of Twitter. So
That's who.
I mean,
That's what
and that's what
I
I
don't
was
think
going
that
to
Twitter
say.
is like characters or people acting. I think it's like an extension of your personality. Because it's like my Twitter, 95, no, not 95, maybe like 75% of my Twitter is me standing for Beyonce. I don't get to, like, if you just walked up to me, you wouldn't be like, oh, she's a Beyonce stan. Like, no, like you get what I'm saying? Like, these aren't conversations that I have in the workplace, but they're definitely a part of, you know, it's something that I get to show on Twitter. Like, I reunite with other Beyonce stans, and we just stand for Beyonce.
Tom, what were you gonna say?
I have a lot to say. I do think that I think Twitter sometimes is just like a release of consciousness sometimes, like a stream of consciousness. So it's like it can be a part of you, but sometimes it's the things that you would never say in public. That's why you tweet it, because you really don't have that place or that space, or it's not really your personality to say what you're thinking in a public space or in around people. Regarding the joke about the chick saying the joke and it getting flack and the guy saying the joke, I do think it's a situation where a guy saying something outlandish can be taken more in jest than a woman. I'm not saying that it's right, but I'm just saying it's the reality that I think that a guy saying something like, "Oh, I raw dog," you're not really taking him that serious than a girl saying, "Well, I get raw," and it's like, "She a hoe? Like, what's going on?" Like,
That's what I'm saying.
so,
Like men.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish.
No, I was just saying, and I wasn't saying that it was
But like,
right, but I'm just saying that it was. Yeah, go ahead.
Exactly, because it's like when men like, oh, what's condoms, blah blah blah, like that's a big running joke, like, oh, we don't even use like that's funny, that like apparently, well, to other people, because that's not funny to me, but like that's funny. But a woman saying like, oh, if he pulls a condom out, like I'm gonna be offended, like that's dirty, or that's she's a hoe, or she's, you know what I'm saying, like it's just like that's what I'm saying. So I feel like I think Passport Cuddy definitely does push that envelope in that regard, because she's the person that says those things. But if you've ever like heard her show, or if you've ever like been to any, she definitely has an audience. Like there are definitely women out there who relate. So I'm not gonna,
just because
is it my life? No, I'm not. I don't live that life. I'm not about that life. But like definitely there are women out there that get it. So I'm not gonna knock her. Like good for her.
All right. Let's check out this video and you guys tell me initial reactions.
I'm good.
I get your name?
No, I don't have a name.
You got a name?
No.
That's very rude.
What drink you gonna get? You're rude for coming up to me. Talk
Wait, hold on. Before we get into what it was, I just personally enjoyed a friend like, so what we gonna drink? Like that's all she was worried about. Like, and to be fair, I don't know. Like, what are we doing? Cranberry juice, or we gonna get Jack Daniels? Exactly. Up every time. Like, girl, listen, forget about him. What are we drinking? What is going on?
That's a true friend.
Her priorities were in order.
Yeah.
Well, wait, can somebody tell me what he said to her at the end of the video? I didn't hear it.
I came up to you like a gentleman.
Oh, that's
what he said.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh boy, here we go.
So, is that harassment? Like, not going off of anything else. If we don't have any information, we don't know the backstory on her or him. Was that harassment? Like, would that be considered?
Yes, that is harassment. Following somebody long enough for them to pull their phone up, hold it up in the air, find a good angle that fits both you and them in the frame, and then press record. And then have, after that, a 15 more seconds of spare time to film. That is harassment. Following somebody is harassment. Talking to somebody who has expressed that they do not want to be talked to, that's harassment. That is harassment. Leave them alone. Leave people. Why can't we just leave people alone? Leave complete strangers alone. It goes against everything that we've been taught since elementary school. Do not talk to strangers. And why are you talking to me? I'm a stranger. Don't talk to me.
Tone, I want to hear from you.
Yes. What do you?
I don't think y'all want to hear from me on
No,
this.
I do, definitely.
Yes, you do. You do.
All right, I'm gonna say this, and it may not be popular, but I really feel like everybody needs to calm the fuck down in this situation. I think that yes, there are guys that are creepy that will, stalk your entire life and things of that nature. But a guy just asking your name and stuff like that, I do think sometimes some females get a little too
Some women.
rigid.
I use the word female. We have to use the word female. So we use the word women.
Yes, women. I think some women do get a tad bit too, a little too cold, or I don't want to call you guys frigid because that's not, proper. But it is a situation where girls give that cold shoulder too quickly, or a guy can just say hi, and it's like, oh, he's thirsty, he's thirsty. It's like, no, I just said hello. I don't really care what else you said. Like, I just asked your name, and now it's becoming this big situation. So I think everybody needs to calm down. I think with guys, we need to understand that it's just part of the game. A girl will turn you down. Every girl that you meet won't have a conversation with you. So you need to be able to take that L and be like, all right, and move on to the next. But at the same time, I think some women need to calm down a bit when a guy approaches you and just kind of handle the situation a little more maturely. Because I feel like there's immaturity on both sides. And yeah, we can say that, yeah, the guy was following her, but we don't know what was happening prior to her pulling out the phone that made him continue to walk towards her.
So if we just look at that 15 seconds, that's all we're looking at. That's all we know. Was that harassment or not?
Not to me.
Okay.
I hear you, Tone, but I want to present this to you.
Okay.
How do you feel when a woman says, you're not entitled to a response? Like, if you want to say hello and you feel like it's just innocent, you see her on the street, you're like, hi, good afternoon, you look nice. And she feels as if though she's not entitled to give you a response. Like, what does that invoke in you? Like, do you feel insulted? Do you feel like, okay, yeah, you aren't entitled. You don't have to respond to me. How do you feel when a woman says that?
You don't have to respond to me. If I feel the urge to give you a compliment, that's all I'm doing is feeling the urge to give you a compliment. If you don't respond, hey, that's your prerogative.
Okay.
So here's my thing. I guess my question from that, and I'm gonna be honest. 15 seconds just looking at that video, I don't think we can tell if that was harassment or if that was someone just trying to approach. But is it ever appropriate for you to approach a stranger in public, and what does that look like? What is the proper way to approach a stranger in public?
There's no proper way. Just leave strangers alone. Like, complete strangers do not want to talk to you. Leave them alone, okay? No, I'm serious. Like, for real, stop laughing, guys, because I'm being serious. Like, there's no way. I don't think of any, I'm trying to think of, like, whoever I like. Nobody that has ever come up to me off the street has ever gotten my number. Like, hey, yellow, hey, beautiful, hey, sexy, hey, whatever, red bone, whatever, any, like, creative, festive name that they have ever, like, said as a compliment, like, has never been like, wow, I should give him my phone number. Like, nobody has ever, like, maybe and I get it, like, I'm very guarded, but I don't think anyone can really say that they've ever walked up to somebody and gotten their phone number and then ran off into the sunset and lived happily ever after. And so why don't we just leave complete strangers alone.
And see, I've given my number.
Go ahead, Kia. I'm sorry.
I've given my number to strangers. I'm trying to think. It was more in college than it has.
Yeah, so that doesn't count.
But that's the way, and I will say, that's the way we met people before Twitter. And
No, even before Twitter, like I've never been that person. Like maybe I might talk to somebody who's like a mutual friend of a mutual friend, or I might talk to somebody who I had a class with, or maybe I would talk to somebody who I see him every day and we're in this space. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like usually there was some type of context. Like I've never ever in my life given somebody like.
Okay, that's you, but let's play devil's advocate. Like, what if that does work? I think that's what Angela is trying to get to.
Is that why I can't find love?
Quite a few people got married. Quite a few people got married by randomly meeting. Yeah.
What's Angela saying?
The guy at Dwayne Reed saying, "Hey, Red, that might be your husband."
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
I do think that you shouldn't just give your number out or speak to anybody who comes up to you and randomly says, "Hey, Red," or whatever. But a guy coming up to you and approaching you appropriately with just saying hello or, you know, asking what's your name or giving you a slight compliment, not telling you that your ass is fat, but, you know, just saying like, "Oh, you're looking real." Yeah, or just saying that you look nice today. I don't see anything wrong with kind of engaging in that situation and seeing if there's some type of vibe there.
Okay,
let me not that. That's not the harassment that we're referencing.
Rewind, pause. Let me introduce this. What about, as a guy, are you thinking about safety? Because as a woman, I had an instance about maybe a month ago. I was coming out the bodega. This guy was trying to talk to me. I told him no. He grabbed my hand, and in me trying to get my hands away from him, I slipped and fell. His boy runs over like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Or even like, you know, at nighttime, depending on where you are, as a guy, do you have that in your mind that like, I'm 5'3" and 120 pounds. You 6 foot and 200 pounds walking up to me. I don't know if you're just coming up to me to tell me you like my shoes or you coming up to me to snatch me up. Do you guys get that sometimes that's in our head when y'all walking up to us trying to approach?
Absolutely. And again, it's about respect. I'm not saying engage. If a guy comes up to you and touches you, that's kind of an issue. I mean, especially grabs your arm. Like, you're not supposed to, as just a gentleman who has some type of etiquette about himself. You know, you're not supposed to come up and just grab. There's a way to approach a woman.
But
and
like,
you also
okay,
know one. Yes.
My thing is, do you think like mass murderers come up to you and say, "Hey, I'm gonna kill you. Come with me"? No, they usually approach by saying, "Hey, beautiful," or "Hey, do you know where XYZ is?" You know what I mean? So it's like, sure, like I would love to say, "Oh, that's so innocent. He just said that B's geoprint pants really look good on me. I should wear more." Like I would love for that to be like, "Oh, he just gave me an innocent compliment." But 9 times out of 10, like, how do I say, "Okay, that guy's a killer, but this one is okay. He's just giving me a compliment."
Swindle Liam said,
"You don't know that." But I have a question.
Exactly. That is the point. That is
no. Oh no, wait. I have a question. I have a question for you all. How many of you all approach men?
I don't. Not on the street.
I do not approach men, but I will give you a look and give you permission to approach me.
Yeah, but not on the street. I don't do that on the street.
No, I wouldn't say that I'll give you permission. Like
I will do it on the street at a bar.
Yeah, I'm not about to give you to come here the eye on the street. I mean, if we're out in a lounge or something, I might give you the little hair twirl, eye stare down, come over here. I mean, I've approached guys, a few times, but never on the street.
Okay.
So hold on, let me jump in real quick. So,
are you reading tweets?
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
My thing is, I'm not saying that I'm completely unapproachable. Like people that jump in my DMs that I'm not really trying to get to know or anything like that. Like, I'm not going to shoot you down. It's just going to be like, you know, it's going to be like, hey, you know, I'm not really interested. But, like, a complete stranger off the street, you probably have zero, like, you have a snowball's chance in hell of getting to know me because I don't know you. They're a stranger. But, like, somebody in another set, like, I'm not going to be, like, of course, if it's somebody in a, you know, that I've had a conversation with or I'm kind of familiar with or they know somebody that I know, then it's like, I'm not going to be, you know, mean about it if I'm not interested. But come on, like nobody has ever found true love off the street. Like, stop. You know what?
But you know what? I think
Hello. I want to hear from Angela.
hold on. So, Rose, let me ask you this. If you don't mind answering, hold on. If you don't mind answering, how old are you?
A lady? No, I'm. Oh no.
Okay, wait. Are you
24,
under the age of 25?
In September. Where's up?
Wait, how old did you say you were?
24, 25.
I will be 25 in September.
Okay.
Where's up?
See, I think it's kind of a difference because we kind of grew up on like Black Planet, College Club, all of these kind of like social networks where we were meeting strangers. You know what I'm saying? Essentially, they're strangers becoming.
But like, yes, they are strangers.
You might date them, maybe you might not. So, I guess for me, in my head, a person on the street is not much different than a person who just started following me yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just sort of kind of have to fill it out.
Like, nobody's ever like followed me. I followed back and then just jumped in my, like, then no. Like, usually with people on Twitter, it's like they've laughed at a couple of my jokes.
No, see,
told a couple funny jokes.
Angela was making though.
Okay.
And I still never really talked to anybody off of Twitter. Like, so I just use that as a universal example because that's like kind of how I met you guys. But like in the everyday life, like I've never, like, nobody that I've ever talked to was just somebody like completely like a stranger just saying, hey, those pants are really nice. My name is blah, blah, blah. Take my number. Like, no, because that would be so awkward. Like, I don't even know how to function in that situation. Like, I wouldn't even know, like, okay, I take his number and now what? Like, am I supposed to call him? Like, how does this work?
So, Swindle Liam, ex-Swindle Liam said most AUC relationships are the result of interactions between strangers. And the AUC, for you all who don't know, is the Atlanta University Center. And it is next to colleges with Spelman, Morehouse, and Clark Atlanta. And
but are they strangers? If there's a setting.
The day Morris Brown was a part.
And ITC.
But they are strangers because we would stand around on the strip and it would just be a random. It wasn't the person who comes to mind.
People that you recognize, just like there are people that I don't.
No. There's millions of people in the AUC. Just because we all go to Spelman, Morehouse, and Clark doesn't mean that we're not strangers.
What comes to mind for me was we shall call this guy a city in Texas. So a city in Texas, we were on the strip one day, and a city, you know who a city in Texas is, Angela?
Dallas, Austin, Houston. I'm trying to. No, hold on. Like, let me know when I'm getting warmer. Am I warm?
Dallas was a complete stranger who was on the strip passing out party flyers, and we gave each other the eye, and next thing you know, me and Dallas are talking on the regular.
But there's some type of, I want to say, like, there's some type of comfort in there. Like, I don't want to say comfort, but, like, it's like, oh, okay, I'm here and you here, so where do you go? Oh, you go to Clark Atlanta. Okay, cool. Like, no, like, some complete stranger, no. Like, there's no type of, like, nigga, you a nigga in Dwayne Reed and I'm a nigga in Dwayne Reed and I want some cereal and you, like, I don't know you still.
He said, nah, we were strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were strangers. I mean, there's creeps that go to college. Like, you just strange as, I mean.
And you hear what I'm saying? You
right.
ask, like, oh, what school you go to? No. Do you guys, I don't know, what's like the mating ritual down there? I'm not
mating ritual? Were we, like, dangerous? He's in the forest? Mating ritual? What are you talking about?
Ritual. Meet someone you think is cute on the strip at Market Friday in the club, Studio Central, back in the day. You say, hey, I like you. What's your number? Let's talk. And
no, but I still think that it's like a, I don't know.
Did you go to school in the South?
Huh?
Did you go to school in the South, Rose?
Take you to
No, I didn't. I go to school up. Well, I'm still in school, but I go to school up here.
But I don't even think that it's really a North or South thing. It's just
no. I was trying to get
go into an environment like everybody is a stranger.
Right.
But it's like my school doesn't allow people like there aren't complete strangers. Like everybody who's on my campus has a student ID. You get what I'm saying? SUNY Westbury.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's what I was trying to get to. Like our campuses are set up.
It's not like a
Raheem like corner could be on the strip, so you don't know who you meeting when you.
That is what Swindlium. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, correct me. Onyx was not my strong point, but he said the strip had a lot of locals posing as students too. So the thing about the strip is it was an open area between the three campuses, but anyone could walk in. It wasn't fenced or gated or anything. Anyone could walk in through the strip.
Shout out to Seagulls.
No, I think my school isn't like fenced or gated, but it's like if everybody's attending an event, it's just my school's it's not fenced or gated, but it's very secluded. It's in like the white suburbs. It's like it's a lot of niggas that go there. But it's like in the white suburbs. So it's like you had to know somebody to know that something was even going on. Like it's not just the place to be. Like it's, you know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty sure at some of those parties there are people who don't go to your school.
No, there are people that don't go to your school. Like, of course, like, oh, there's, this boy. But it's like usually like a college, like I want to say network, I guess. Like, oh, he goes to St. John's or he went to, LIU and blah, blah, blah. So.
Okay,
so it wasn't like complete stranger.
If it's considered harassment, if what? Angela, go.
If the person is not feeling it, if the person is rejecting your advances, it's harassment. Period.
I like that answer. Kia, what say you?
Except when it's me and we're on Twitter.
Because Angela is the ultimate sloth, okay?
Right.
All right, Kia, what do you think? What makes it harassment?
When social clues are so key. When you see that her social cues are saying, I don't want to be bothered, respect that and walk away. Don't take it personal. Don't get in your feelings. I don't want to be bothered. It might be the day. It might be that I'm not attracted to you. And stop this bullshit. Oh, when you're alone at 55, you're going to regret not taking my number.
Well, I don't know.
No.
I'm joking.
On my loneliest days, I'm not thinking, dang, that Negro is public. I should have his number because that's probably my boo for life.
Hey, he was my husband. And Rose said, just don't talk to her at all.
But like out in social settings, like if you have a better chance at like catching me at like a punch out, or if there's like, we're at a party, like you might get like a nice, like I might engage you, but I'm probably not going to give you my number or my real name. But like if you catch me at one of those things, like I'm a lot nicer under the influence of alcohol. But like out in the everyday life, like don't talk to me. Like just don't talk to me. Like I'm good. Like I promise I'm good.
Tone, what makes it harassment?
Like Kia just said, like when she's giving you obvious clues that it's not happening, you just have to be able to back up and move along.
But most women do. So where do we go from here? Because most women do. Like I've heard of women like intentionally ignoring a guy, like pretending that their headphones were so loud that they could not hear this guy, and him like coming up to her and like pushing her headphones aside to like get her attention.
Okay,
like,
listen, wait.
Not making eye contact. You're harassing me. Like you're harassing me. Like.
Right. Like I'm a college-educated professional male, and not to say that has anything to do with anything, but I'm not some nigga on the street like, hey ma, what's good, ma? What's going on, ma? You know, we in front of the bodega, ma. Like that's not me. So I can
Why
speak
you
to
gotta
that
take
like,
the bodega in the Brooklyn accent when y'all talk about niggas from the street though?
Hey, yo, light skin. No,
I'm
Woody.
from the Bronx.
real insulted
In the
right
red pants,
No, I'm
the
just
red
lying.
shirt,
But no,
orange with the
I mean,
orange
those
PM
people
book
out
bag.
there,
What's
and I
good?
think
now. Hold on, I can't hear.
Why you wanna act like you don't hear me?
Okay, before we go into drunk recommendations, Mr. Republican had some advice on our open relationships. He said, I am down for taking 2 months break and going separate ways, doing whatever I want in that time, and then coming back together.
No,
But what if somebody
What are you doing, Mr. Republican?
what if somebody turns your significant other out while they're gone? Like what if he or she meets somebody that just does it so much better than you? So much just
Now,
what
when you say it, do you mean what, prank or?
turns that cherry out.
He's saying take a break, y'all both go have sex with other people. But what if while you're gone, your girl meets somebody that just puts it down so much better than you, and she comes back to you and she's like, then how you feel?
No, I think that's very stupid. Like, I think the idea of like, oh, we need a break. Like, this is not like some 18, like no 80s like teen heartthrob movie. Like, the fuck, like we too grown for this. Like, we're taking a break. Like you go jog around the block or something. You need a break. Fuck, like, come on. What do you mean you need a break? Like, I'm
not gonna knock anybody's idea of how they want to navigate their relationship.
I am
not in it. But I'm just asking him if that's what you want to do. How you feeling when your girl comes back and is like, well, Todd put it down like that. Todd was about 2 inches longer, thicker, wider.
His response, that's the thing. We're supposed to fall in love.
Oh, so you want to have a relation? Wait, what do you mean? That's not what you're not
confused. What are we even talking about now?
You're not supposed to fall in love with the other person, I guess. But I mean, if
you can't control if the other dude comes and outdoes you, what you gonna do?
You know what? Life. That's the gamble you take.
This is
true. I think that's very childish. Like, oh, we're on a break. No, you're not broken up. Like, just move on with your life now at this point. Like, if you are cool with not being with that person, just
listen. I don't know how our grandparents made it to 55 and 60 years. Maybe they took breaks too. Didn't Ruby Dee say they had an open relationship?
No, she did.
She did. So we don't know what people do to have these long-lasting relationships. So whatever you feel that you need to do and your partner agrees is going.
But that's not the goal. Like, I'm not trying to be like
your goal. You don't know what other people's goals are, and you don't know how they achieve
it. Since 1975. Like, no, that's not the goal because, like, maybe since 1976, you've been trying to kill him in his sleep. You've been trying to smother him the whole relationship, and you proud every year that he lives. Why? That's not the goal. I just want a happy. And if you like, oh, we gotta take a break and all of that melodramatic shit, like, I'm not for that. I'm not for it.
Tom, what say you?
A few things. One, 2 things regarding the 2-month thing. Ludacris, Dwayne Wade. Break babies
from last
will
episode.
fucking happen. Break babies will definitely happen during those breaks. You gotta fucking watch it. You're wild. You're having raw sex with this Twitter honey, and shit goes awry. You don't want those situations. So that's my stance on the 2-month break. Regarding the older people staying together for 50 years, and we like to romanticize their situation, those women didn't have rights back in the day.
That's what I'm saying.
Those women could not leave. They couldn't leave because what the fuck were they gonna do? They had to stay there and make that shit work.
But
now you all have the options.
I was saying that even Ruby Dee was saying that they did what they had an open relationship at one point to make their relationship more exciting and to just explore what they wanted to do, and they came back and were as in love as ever. I was making that point to say that what you're saying essentially that we romanticize these relationships, but you don't know what people do to make these relationships last 50, 60 years.
And I think they were just being young and freaky, to be honest. They were.
Yeah, what were you saying?
At the end of the day, my relationship to everyone is always the same. It is your freaking relationship. Do what the two of you decide makes you happy, and forget what anyone else says or what their expectations are as far as what a relationship is supposed to look like, because it's really about you two. Drunk recommendations. What have you guys?
Recommendations. Who wants to start?
Wait, what are we recommending? Hold on. Let me.
What?
No.
Are we recommending books or something? Like, I'm not. Hold on. Come across something.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So, drunk recommendations is our show and tell part. So, if there's anything cool or someone cool that you've been exposed to, like, now's the time to shout them out. So, what would you recommend? I'll start. So, I think early Wednesday night, I woke up in the middle of the night. And I started watching this Netflix series called Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
I've
And
heard of
it's
that.
hilarious. Like, if you like 30 Rock, Parks and Recreation kind of shows, like, it's hilarious. It's an original Netflix series. It's co-created by Tina Fey. You know, she's, dope.
Right. Awesome.
So, yeah, check that out if that's your zhuzh.
What's the name of it again?
Can you tweet?
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Okay. Can you tweet that?
Absolutely, I will tweet that.
You're the best.
All right, Denise, what's your recommendation?
I was going to recommend something, but my sister is watching, and she's going to get upset, so I'm not going to do that right now. But as of late, I'm pretty sure y'all are already on this, but Stacey Barth, Brooklyn native, is my girl right now. Like,
That was
anyone else?
Is she the one that sings the Big Bang? No, that's not her. Yes, it is her, right? No. She has one of those songs that, like, airs during, like, Real Housewives of something, or Love and Hip Hop.
Being Mary Jane.
Is it that one?
Flawed, beautiful creatures.
Yes, that's it. Okay.
But that's not even like it. Like, you just gotta get her EP. And you also should just search her and get like her old stuff before she drops her EP. It's amazing. Like, if anybody knows her, tell her I want to meet her and give her a hug. One, because she's from Brooklyn, and Brooklyn is just the best. And two, because she's ridiculously talented. Please get on it. Stacey Barth.
Rose, you have something?
I'm trying to think. What do I have that's
Okay, we'll come back to you, Tone.
Okay.
All right, I got 3 things. One, for anyone that's in the Atlanta area, Red Martini, a martini bar just opened. I went to the grand opening last night. It was really dope, really nice spot. Check that out.
You went and didn't invite me?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
My bad. We have drinks coming.
How we setting up dates on the talk show? How's this working?
We definitely have drinks coming. We have drinks coming. Don't worry. Second, a podcast. Huh?
You single?
Yeah, I'm single.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. I don't want nobody running up on my Spelman sister. That's why I asked.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to, like, this, like, laugh that we went on. Like, what? How do we get to Black people meet? What?
We back.
No, we have some creative things that we're working on, me and Keith.
Yes.
So
Number 2, what's your number 2 drunk recommendation?
A podcast, awesome podcast called Papa Life Podcast. My friend Naima Cochran, Sean Young, and another guy, Jeff, that I can't think of his last name right now. They have an awesome podcast that comes out every Wednesday. Talk about pop life, pop culture. Yeah, they're going to watch our show.
Okay, because we're not about to type nobody else up if they ain't about to watch ours. That's
we got to promote,
watching the real drunk show.
Promote us. Absolutely, absolutely. So
Great.
they're awesome.
Yeah, so you watch, everybody watch them if they gonna watch us. That's how we go.
Absolutely, absolutely. My third thing is there's this jazz artist, Brandon Williams, has an awesome CD called Seven. Check it out. I've been listening to it for like 2 days, 2 or 3 days.
Oh, you cultured and shit. Yes.
Yeah, I'm like think artsy. That's what I like to call myself.
I'm just kidding.
What's the name of the artist?
Brandon Williams.
Brandon Williams.
Oh, okay. Tweet it out, and then Real Drunk Show at the
I'll do all of that.
All right. So my recommendation this week is dedicated to Ashy Twitter. This winter, I had winter skin. Like it was really itchy and painful. And there was only one thing to solve my problem, so I figured this would help Ashy Twitter as well. African shea butter. It is 100%
like literal Ashy Twitter, not like live in your mom's basement.
Hey, I figured it can work for both.
Okay, I got you.
It is a miracle cream. My next up is a book by Kelly Brown Douglas.
I didn't get my book. You were supposed to send that. Might be my copy that you were supposed to send.
No, they were supposed to deliver it. Let me check the Amazon.
They did not check my P.O. box today.
Okay, I'll check. But Kelly Brown Douglas, a PhD from Howard in theology, has written this book called Sexuality and the Black Church. And what this book really does is it explores the stereotypes that we attach to sexuality and where they came from and how it hinders us from being the sexual creatures that we were naturally born to be. So it is it's an excellent read, very insightful, lots of things that are relevant today. Rose, you got anything?
Oh no. I mean, hold on, wait. I got a bag of goodies. No, I mean somebody, because people are sending me packages. So I got like this and like a lot of stuff that I have to like listen to.
Ashanti has a new CD?
Apparently. Oh wow! No, don't do my fellow Long Islander. Don't do her. Don't do her.
You did her. We don't get nothing. You're the one who said apparently.
All right, guys.
Like this.
We will see you next Friday, and stay tuned because we have a couple of good conversations that we're working on to bring to you.
Like me having a baby with Jussie Smollett, even though he's gay.
No, if somebody knows how I can get in touch with Dirk, well, I mean, we're doing okay after his surgery, but like if anybody could, like if anybody knows how to bring us closer than we already are in my head, like hook us up,
All right, guys. It's been real. See you next.
I thought you didn't like to meet strangers. I thought you didn't like to meet strangers. What are you talking about?
No, that's I'm very familiar with him in my head. Like I'm very familiar with him. Like
that sounds kind of crazy.
That man. You don't do those to strangers, so like trust me. Like, we're very
see y'all next week, same time.